Let's see, Michael.
So can I tell you the secret behind that sandwich, Michael?
It was THC.
Sweet.
You wish.
What was it?
It was vegan.
That's why it tastes like shit, dude.
Yeah, it was pretty
It was
bland.
plain as hell.
Yeah, and the girl, I was gonna get us the burger, and she was like, no, the chicken's way better if you want to fool somebody.
Does she have long hair or short hair?
Long hair.
What was the place called? Like green food or something?
Grain Cafe.
Yeah, Green Cafe. It was
green
like
or green?
green, and it was like health cafe. Like it just was like, oh, we just serve healthy food in here. I'm like,
I was pretty hyped though because I was looking at it.
I can already say that's why your fucking audio's so loud. You hold that shit right next to your mouth, Isaac.
no, the other one's
Pull
microphone.
it back a little bit.
No, I'm gonna edit this though. I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna edit it.
So what were the prices like?
Like restaurant prices.
Damn.
Like I was like, okay, $15 burger would probably be pretty good.
I mean, it wasn't horrible. It was just bland as hell.
Yeah. Well, it's vegan.
Yeah. Glad you guys could come out though.
Yes.
Yeah, we made it nonetheless.
You got your beret on.
Got my beret on.
And then Michael, the point, this podcast from the first one, instead of talking to girls, we're just gonna talk to ourselves on a camera or on a microphone because it seems to be a much harder thing to do.
You're saying that because you couldn't get any girls to come on the podcast. That's why.
Oh no, I can. I just
Who?
you have to wait and see. Like you have Michael. Like look, the excitement is
Prostitutes.
You have to wait and see.
Maybe
Michael.
we'll go pick one from the jungle. How would you like to be interviewed? Tell us
that's
your
good.
origin story.
Does this podcast have a name?
Not yet. We're just
No.
doing we're just going JxggWorld episode 1, 2, and 3. Eventually it will though.
I think you're the only person who listens to it.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm
That's a good
a
thing.
loyal listener. But I listen to it when I'm doing other stuff, man. I got
Yeah,
stuff
it's
to do.
never like, yeah.
No, yeah. I
Like
mean,
for driving.
I don't listen to all of them. I listened to Isaac's and the audio was too loud. It was blowing my eardrums out, so I had to shut it off. So are you still learning how to do
What?
the editing and stuff?
No, I already know. The thing is, I know how to do all that stuff. Like, I was showing, it just, like, to do all of it, Michael, like, you gotta think, like, but this is me having to be, like, oh, like, our business. Like, I have a lot of skills. Like, I went to school, did all the things that most people say they're gonna do, I actually know how to do them. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, oh, I got paid at one point to do all that stuff. But it's hard because it's, like, managing, like, as we're talking about business owners, it's like, this is like, oh, this is me having to manage a kind of business. Like, I see that these skills are very valuable, but it's really hard because it's like a time thing. Like, it's like, oh, if I have to sit and edit, that's actually taking me a lot. Like, that takes a lot of time. Even if I get fast at it, that doesn't mean the video is going to be quality. You know what I'm saying? Or even like that last one, it's like, right now, I think even like going in this conversation, my goal is just a numbers game. I was telling Joel, I just want us to get to the numbers because I know every conversation at this point in our life was probably we're gonna remember it. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, oh, we just got to get to the heavy number. I just got to get to the 300-400 number.
Yeah,
I got to get to the 100 number because I was telling Joel the last even going back to that first episode, the JxggWorld podcast, the first one with the fuck you say stuff was really fun. It was like, I was telling Joel, it kind of
Did you watch that one with Garrett and Avery?
You should go watch that one.
Is that the Lost Tapes?
Yeah, that's the Lost Tapes one.
I never listened to that.
Like that one.
That one's legitimately funny.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
And that was like 4 years ago. We didn't even know who we were at the time.
You were on it too?
No.
No, and Michael, you gotta think. I set up all of that stuff, and no one had to do anything, and people still complained.
Who?
Just whoever's on it. Was Mike. It was Mikey, Avery, and like Tommy.
Who's Mikey?
Look,
other homies.
we'll get Mikey on. Mikey's gonna listen to this. We'll have this guy Mikey Barajas. So here's my speculation. He's been kicked out of Santa Ana, but I don't know why though.
The whole city of Santa Ana? Or Santa Ana College?
No, just I think in Santa Ana in general.
So he's not allowed to
The
step
streets
exiled
the streets exiled. Like,
There's another guy we know who does food, and he said the same thing.
What do you
guy
mean?
who
Wait. What do you mean he does food? What the hell does that mean?
He does like a food pop up.
What?
Like he does like a spontaneous like food thingy in the street.
You're horrible at explaining. What are you talking about?
Like a food pop up. You
I
live
don't
in
know
Long
what
Beach.
the fuck that means.
It's like if I was gonna want to serve burgers at like at the street, like we're doing a burger pop up.
He's got like a little
it's just a little stand, like a little cart.
He said,
Yeah. And remember the guy we went to on 4th of July?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, dude, like, you should come to downtown. He's like, nah, dude, I'm not allowed over there.
Mikey said that?
No, just this other guy that we know with the food.
Because I think what happens is guys
You get too white for Santa Ana.
Well, I guarantee you that the cops, they start seeing you and they start kicking you out, and it gets to a point where it's like, hey, if we see you again, you're going to jail.
No, this is not a cop thing. This is just, if you're a guy who's addicted to Latinas, you could be down there.
Who are you talking about, Mikey? Or
Yeah, it could be both of these guys. It could be anyone. I'll get caught in this. The Latinas.
I'm about to get caught being addicted.
You a fan of Latinas, girl?
Now I am.
I thought you liked white girls.
Definitely.
You'll take what you can get, huh?
But I know in deep down in my heart, the Latin girls, I can probably marry one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
They're more traditional.
Traditional, the values,
Oh yeah.
given where we work as well.
Yeah, I'm like I have to go like this. I have to look away and be like,
Wait, how
yes, here's your iced latte.
How much time do you guys spend together? A day.
What?
You guys spend 12 hours a day together?
Oh no, me and Joel actually we've dwindled it down to just events. Like me and Joel will only hang out if we're gonna make something happen. Either it's gonna be music or we're gonna go out to we're going out.
Like we're doing this.
We're doing this. We're not trying to like
I don't need to hang out with Isaac.
yeah.
I need to work.
So what do you do in your off time? You just listening to jazz or what?
There's a whole lot of jazz. I mean, I don't know.
Man, dude.
It's like the same bullshit like you do. I
Yeah.
vacuum my car and I run silly errands. I don't use Amazon.
That's funny, man. I mean, yeah, you saying that makes me think, what do I do?
Like, I didn't do anything today, but stuff got done.
I water my plants. I restock the refrigerator.
You
I
keep
wash
the lights
dishes.
on in this house?
Yeah. Sometimes I turn lights on or I'll turn them back off. Yeah, I mean, that's great. I mean, so you just do the same thing? You kind of just fiddle around the place?
I just fiddle around. That's all. But then 2 months of fiddling, stuff comes out of it.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But I'm never sitting down intentionally. This is gonna get done.
Yeah. What about you, Isaac? What do? You throw around that
No, just
that rope?
All I do is work out and I try to get stuff done for jug stuff in the background.
Oh, so that's
Yeah.
the whole jug thing is like a very serious thing for you?
It's not that it's serious, Michael. It's that
It's
how
the
should I
only
say it?
way out.
It's the only way out, Michael. But it's really hard to explain to someone. Like we're playing by the rules, and like recently, I don't even know how many people paid attention. But I'm like, oh, I just posted our JxggWorld LLC. You know what I'm saying?
I saw that on your story.
Like it's like, oh, now I could take in credit card transactions and go to the bank. But
from who?
hey, but look from who? Like I said, this is
So
a
you
time.
have people flagging you down on the street, like, let me send you money or what?
I mean, at this point, yes.
From who though?
Just
for what? For
so-
like a sticker? For like a bumper
So
sticker?
it's not for what, Michael.
Pretty much a bumper sticker.
It could be.
A cup of coffee.
So what I'm realizing, Michael, and this is like the importance of these podcasts, right? Because it's like this is the lifestyle, like really, like the real lifestyle. Like I think what's happening, Michael, is like I am inadvertently consulting people and showing them that through not just jug stuff, but it's like, oh yeah, like anything will be worth more than what you put it for, but are you willing to do the middle ground?
Yeah.
Like go like this. Like if you can't do the middle ground, like someone in the beginning will be like, oh dude, I'll buy that shirt for you for $20-$30, but that's great, but that's not the long run, and
who are you the only, I see jugs, but are you the sole proprietor of that? Are you the only owner, or is there other people?
I guess on paper right now I am the owner on paper.
I know that Garrett and that Chinese guy are hanging around trying to get a hold of that.
No,
No, that's the best part. nobody wants any part of what we're
Oh,
doing.
they know it's garbage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
it's garbage. It's garbage.
It's garbage.
I like
exactly.
it. I like it.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I hear you. So, did you come up with the JxGGG thing?
No, we were just sitting around getting really high, and we just you have to think, Michael. We were just doing it as a joke. Like I was like, hey, let's just come up with something and let's just like start making memes and bullshit. Like really, like it was just us sitting making memes. But then the memes got real dark because they were like, how are we thinking of these jokes? And we were like, where are these jokes coming from?
Hitting so close?
Dude,
to home?
I just realized I asked for Carl's Jr. and you went the exact opposite side. You got me a fucking vegan sandwich.
I got you a vegan club sandwich.
The thing is that that shit tasted like it was made in like a home kitchen. Tastes like someone took bread, lettuce, and chicken and didn't season it, didn't do anything, just fucking smushed it all together and gave it to you.
But it looked really good, right?
And the potatoes taste like potatoes in oil. It didn't even taste like they had salt on them.
It's health forward.
And it's health forward. Did you get the calorie count on it at least?
No, I didn't.
Oh man.
But I mean, hey, we got to keep you going, Mikey, because you got to put the lights on in this house.
You know what's weird is it did taste like it, like to me, like I'll be honest, it tasted like shit. But but the reason it tasted like shit is because it tasted like actual food. It tasted like what I just described: bread, some sort of fucking lettuce or I don't know, and then chicken.
Yeah.
But I'm used to, I guess, something different.
Something unreal. Bread with sugar in it.
Yeah,
Meat with sugar.
yeah, it because
ketchup.
yeah, and you said it costed what, like $18?
It costs like $14-15.
That's outrageous, man. I swear to God, I could have.
Hey, but like I don't got a mortgage though, so like I can spend $14 on the
no for sure
on the vegan
for sure.
club.
Yeah, you can facilitate your funds towards.
Like I know you're on a budget. Like I get it.
Oh,
You got to get the most protein for your buck.
Oh yeah. I mean, like I'm on a farm. So no, it wasn't that. It wasn't. You know, it wasn't horrible. I mean, it was pretty horrible. It was very plain. Why don't you shout out the place? What's it called? Grain Cafe. You already
Grain
said
Cafe.
it, actually. Yeah, I think you actually said it already.
Green Cafe in Long Beach.
Hold on, green or grain?
I think it was grain.
Yeah, it might have been Green Cafe.
Grain Cafe. Okay.
A lot of
It was that
college
same place
kids
you got that
around there.
green burrito.
Yeah.
Wait, so are you still swinging around that rope and swinging?
Yeah, all the time. You know what? You know what's weird, Michael? I could tell somebody that if they're going through, I could use that rope to teach you good psychology lessons. But every guy wants to just feel pain. I don't even understand why. I've already how should I say? I could get you to go lift something heavy and then be like, dude, I strained my shoulder. But when I could tell you the rope will give you the same return. But like I said, people got to get hurt first before they can even pick that up. Like you got to be nothing to pick that up.
What are you saying, that when people do traditional workouts, they're not ergonomic to the body?
It's not ergonomic to their thoughts. Like it's like, how did I say, if you break down your muscle 1,000 times, it's gonna get stronger, right? So break down your thoughts and emotion 1,000 times. Nobody is gonna do the thoughts and emotions part. That's why they'll never get strong. You see what I'm saying? The way it's so hard to explain that to people that aren't like broken. Like I was telling Joel, nobody ever thinks about why do I swing that? They just think can I swing that? Like no, RJ I think is the only person that knows why I swing it. And it is it is so interesting because I only picked it up because I'm injured.
Wait, but how he got you to open up or what?
No, he does the same thing. Well, that's why me and RJ, he does all the fire spinning and all that, and I know the science of why that makes you feel good.
Fire spinning?
He does all the fire dart stuff, all the the entertainer stuff where you're the poi and you're spinning fire around and you might go to some
You didn't see it on my Instagram?
Does he swallow swords?
He probably will soon. I mean, he is the guy that is the risk taker in that realm.
To be honest, I don't know what the fuck. So
remember I posted this dude spinning fire around. It's on a rope.
Vaguely. I thought you were at a circus.
Where
were you?
It is on that. Yeah, we were just at Garrett's house.
Garrett was doing that?
No, RJ was. We're all friends. RJ came over and did a demonstration.
Yeah, I vaguely remember something like that.
But
You're
before
on
I
Instagram,
forget,
you watch her Instagrams like a hawk.
I remember seeing something with fire, but I don't, you know.
It
If
was
it's not a
dark.
butt or boobs, I kind of just skip right through it.
but look, Michael, like going into this talk, all it is that it's the science of like edge of chaos. Like every guy needs to have an edge of chaos of some sort. You can't just do something like the rope is stupid if you're not injured. Like you know what I'm saying? The rope's gonna do you nothing good because you don't have any injuries, mentally or physically. Like it's not gonna help you with anything until you've like lost a part of a function, because it helps you gain function.
Yeah.
But how do you gain function? You have to lose function. It's like it's really hard because that's like it's a coaching standpoint. That's what it's good for, is giving you a coaching, because it's like, oh, you can't do this, cool. If you can't do any of these exercises, well then I got you. You know what I'm saying? If you can't do any of these, I got you.
Michael, you know a thing or two about loss.
Why? Joe, that's hurtful, man. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go get something to drink. You guys want anything?
Yeah.
All right. You want anything, Isaac?
No, I'm good. I'm gonna
Surprise
sip on
me.
my coffee.
What is the female version of Isaac?
Fuck. You know, I thought I knew Michael, and every time I think I know, like, look, every time I think I know, some kid's got to throw a rock through my window and just break me. And look, it's always some rock through the window, and then I just get shattered, and I'm just like, oh, the female counterparts are.
No. I think you misunderstood my question. So Michael, the female version is Michelle.
Oh.
Joelle, I imagine it's like Joella or some shit.
Oh.
It would just be Joelle.
There's girls named Joelle.
Yeah, Joelle.
Yeah.
Oh, and then
Joel.
Isaac, is there like Isaiah?
No, I think Isaac's a really masculine name.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
like I don't.
Why
think,
is there? That is funny. Why is there female versions of names? Why is there like female counterparts of names?
Because I think when people were born, like, oh, this one got a vagina. You know?
Yeah.
And then you got to think in like the language. What is it? Speaking English is the only thing that doesn't have male and female.
I don't think it's the only thing.
But I'm saying is like what part of
I
it,
think
though?
male and female is like a romantic language thing.
Yeah.
Like
But
French,
even then, I feel
Spanish,
like
Portuguese.
I've met dudes named Michelle.
You have?
Yeah, Michel. Michel.
Michel.
Yeah.
Michel from Michoacan.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. English is too literal.
Yeah.
Guys, have you ever sent a fucked up joke to somebody and then they not get it, and then you're like, you're looking at the wrong thing? Like I sent a TikTok to a girl, and it was a guy wearing a watermelon as a helmet, deep frying a fish in like Southeast Asia.
Oh, Isaac, come on, dude.
And then,
You think any girl's gonna see that and
I know.
respond?
And
It was really good, by the way.
And Michael, all she cared was like, man, the fish was that was really hurtful to the fish. But I'm like, you didn't see him wearing the watermelon head jumping around.
He was just eating to survive.
He was eating.
Was this a
He
girl
was
you met
trying
on?
to make it fun.
Was this a girl you met on Tinder?
No,
Where'd you meet her?
at the bar.
What's her name?
Let's not do names here.
I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go that
But
far.
you can tell us what bar you met her at.
Airdrop me a photo.
Just tell us the bar. That'd be the greatest gauge. Is it Mission Bar?
You're getting closer. It's in that area.
Did you eat her pussy?
You know, Michael, I'll tell it on the pod. Never had to.
Oh.
It's always been I've always been the person receiving gifts, so I like getting gifts all the time.
Wait, so how does that work? You just kind of wait to see if she's gonna make the first move, or what?
Pretty much they always do.
I think when you look like Isaac, it's not necessary. For dudes
Yeah.
like us, like, go ahead, eat it.
like
But
Michael.
for a dude like Isaac, it's like, oh no,
Like-
kick your feet up.
Those girls wonder if they're good enough, and they want me to validate them every time.
They want you to validate their femininity.
Yes, to validate their feminine energy. And it's
You wanna try
hard
this one,
because
Isaac, 95 calories.
no, I'm gonna stay away this time.
3.4 carbs.
I have to apologize to maybe when I see the dude at Mission Bar. I got real drunk one night, and I got a bunch of free beers, And I walked into Mission Bar with a bag full of beers and was giving out to homeless dudes and everyone in there.
Like what, a grocery bag?
Yeah, just a grocery bag full of beers. I just was drunk and
Wait. Mission Bar lets you bring in a
No, they didn't. I was like drunk, but they all know me, so they weren't thinking.
Oh.
And the manager was in there and he's like, "Hey, fool, I can kick you out for this." Like he was mad. Like I was like, "Fuck."
Well, yeah, I mean,
like but it's like
That's money out of their pocket.
That's
it's not
Yeah.
even, it's just money.
But and then the next day, my friends were like, "Dude, what were you doing?" And I just was like,
where did you get the beer?
It was my last day at another job, and let's just say
He worked at Provisions too.
I worked at Provisions, and let's just say I got a bunch of beers to go.
Yeah.
Do
Oh,
they
that's a
do
crazy area.
inventory there?
You know, let's hope that this person's not listening to this, but no.
The other day I was driving through Santa Ana and I drove down Main Street and I was like, oh, that's Mission Bar.
Yeah.
And I was like, I knew the area I was in. It's kind of crazy how they've gentrified that area.
Yeah.
You know,
It's going crazy.
No, yeah, it's a pretty cool.
Which part of Maine you drove around the whole all
straight
of Maine?
through Maine. Yeah, Maine all the way from like Edinger.
Yeah.
I made a left on Maine and went straight through. I was trying to get to the 5.
Yeah.
And I went straight through it, and I started to realize, because we only went there one time, and I was like, this looks familiar. And then I saw Mission Bar right there. It's kind of like hidden right in there.
Yeah.
You can walk right past it.
Yeah. It's like literally like a hole. It's like a closet.
Remember that dude who's selling tacos right there too?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I bet you he makes a killing, man. Like drunk dudes walking out and like, we gotta get something to eat, and then there's a fucking taco stand right in front of you.
But not even that. Like it does good, but that's not like L.A. Like L.A. Those guys are making bank. Like L.A. You don't even got to sell tacos. You just got to sell hot dogs on a baking tray.
Yeah, you're right.
Like
But
no one in LA, like you can't even get. They just have the baking sheet with like a burner under it, and they're just cooking hot dogs on like a baking tray. Like onions, peppers, hot digs.
What do you mean in LA? Just everywhere?
Just everywhere in LA, like every bar we go to has a person cooking up hot dogs on a baking tray, and they're pretty good.
oh, and
We don't indulge in that.
so here's the only thing they have to worry about is the homeless people. So I went to a Clippers game, and a homeless dude dove, grabbed all the food, and then shit all over the sidewalk, and he ruined that woman's cart. But at a Clippers game, like there's
They're already
homeless
selling food illegally
they're
anyways.
selling food illegally, and there's just the like homeless dudes are gonna yeet a cart, like they don't care.
People
they,
come into the coffee shop and eat shit.
Yeah,
You guys hang out in LA a lot?
Yeah.
yeah,
We were gonna go tonight, but we did the pod instead.
yeah.
Oh,
This
yeah.
this would have been more productive.
Oh, for sure.
Michael, you missed it. The other day, I saw a woman scrape a sticker off of a counter with her teeth.
Where?
In Santa Ana, at the coffee shop we work at. It's just like...
Wait, hold on. Did I scrape a sticker off the table
so
with,
imagine
her,
there's a sticker
with
here.
her teeth?
And I'm like, I want to take the sticker off. And you just put your mouth on it and go like, ah. And you just like, yeah. You get after it.
Was she on drugs or what?
She might as well have been.
Yeah, probably.
She was probably pretty strung out.
What? Was this in the morning or at night?
It was like in the afternoon. Or no, like maybe like... It was at like 1 or 2 or something. Sometime afternoon time.
That's crazy. It's crazy to think like I want to get that sticker off and to go straight to the teeth.
And then just left. She knocked off all the cards off the counters, like, thank you, and just left.
Oh, do I remember when I used to wait tables? It used to drive me nuts. When people would have kids and those motherfuckers would take all the sugars and shit out of the sugar caddies, and then they would put it all back in, all fucked up. And then when they left, you had to take all the sugars out and you had to organize it.
Why?
Why did you have to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's presentation, Joel.
At Lucille's?
Oh yeah, Lucille's and Lowe's, same shit. I mean, you know, you usually do like sweet and low, and then you do sugar, and then you do equal or whatever. So it had to be in the same order. And there was something about like kids where that was just like moth to a flame. Like they saw that sugar caddy, and they would just rip them out, and they'd be all over the table. And then right before they left, the parents probably just threw them back in, just in whatever order. And that kind of reminds me of what you were saying. You know, like
This is for no darn good reason.
no, yeah. I mean,
Did you ever see people put sugar on their food? Because why is there even sugar on the table? I've never seen anybody use
Coffee
sugar.
or tea, Joel?
Who's getting coffee or tea at Lucille's or Lone Star? Old people.
Yeah, not very
people
many
like my grandma.
Iced tea, maybe iced tea. Like we had sweet tea. People would order an unsweetened iced tea, and then they throw sugar in it because they don't want. You imagine
They want to be in control.
Well, yeah, that, and I also imagine the sweet tea was like super. You know what I mean, like super sweet.
Yeah.
But no, to answer your question, not coffee. Not very many people. I mean, who the fuck goes to a steakhouse like, give me a porterhouse with a fucking coffee?
It's not gonna be good coffee either.
No, hell no. I mean, it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense to get like the best quality coffee when no one's ordering it.
That's true.
Have you ever worked in the front of house at a restaurant? You just worked in the dishwashing.
Never worked front of house. I now work front of house now as a barista.
Yeah.
One note's weird, Isaac. His dad has made a living in the coffee industry on a whole nother side.
Crazy.
Because your dad doesn't work in specialty coffee.
No.
But he's been working in coffee for like 30 years.
Yeah, he knows a ton about coffee, but he's like a mechanic of coffee machines. He knows how to open up a coffee machine and fix. I mean, he could talk.
It's not much. It's just boilers.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I've never really talked to him about it that much, but.
But he probably looks at me like, look at this new young whippersnapper.
Oh, for sure.
Cooking up shit on a Ferrari, basically.
Oh yeah, he hates your guts, dude.
You know what I mean?
He talks about it all the time.
Your dad's into like American coffee, bun,
Yeah,
drip coffee maker.
He's like, this is blue collar coffee, boy.
Blue collar, yeah. None of this foo-foo shit we're drinking.
No, but it's crazy to me. Like, I don't drink coffee, but it's crazy to me how big of a business that is. Like, people literally wake up and they open up their eyes, and that's like the first thing they got to do anything else. Like yeah. they can't do shit until they drink.
That's
until
what they tell themselves.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, but that's crazy to me. It's like water to them.
Yeah.
It's
like water to us.
Yeah.
But it's the culture. People want to get up, and the first people they want to see are me and Isaac.
So
let me go talk to those dum-dums at the coffee house.
Let me ask you a question. So you wake up in the morning, you're exhausted, you're tired, you can't open up your eyes. When you suck down a cup of coffee, how long until you feel normal?
I don't think I ever feel normal.
You know what I mean? How long until you feel the effects of the cup of coffee?
Rarely.
Yeah, rarely.
Joel, stop.
We don't. I don't get... We've been working in coffee for 6 or 7 years. Like, caffeine is like pretty whatever.
I think caffeine.
So why the fuck do you drink it? You like the taste?
I drink it for like the culture. Like, I'm gonna go to the coffee shop to go see Isaac and bug him.
Well, you
and
get
then
there
just have a
before
bevy.
No, we're always interchanging. Like when we go in there, like he's closing or opening shift. But the whole point is like the culture of it. Like it's weird because
like I go to the coffee shop just to go receive love. Like, I'm going to just go say hi to everybody. People are going to be excited to see me, and that's going to get me going. More than the coffee.
Yeah.
But the effects are like... And if anything, I have to poop.
Yeah. Helps take a deep shit.
But here's the thing, though. Since we're always working in coffee, we don't notice it. Like, when we went to... Where did we go?
For coffee?
No, where did we go camping?
We went camping? Oh, Yosemite.
No, not Yosemite.
Sequoia.
You and Daniel were like, yeah, Joel, you get all weird when you drink coffee.
I said that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, you noticed it. You're like, yeah, you start talking all different. And I never noticed it, but you guys are never around us where everyone we're around is getting cracked out all the time.
Oh, dude, speaking of Sequoia, that fucking movie. What was that movie we watched? I thought it was horrible. You know, the one where they rob that dude and then they hold him and they smack him and stuff? What is that
all
movie?
of them?
All of them?
You know that it's like a classic. Oh, what the fuck?
Where they smack him. We watched.
You know, they break into that dude's house and they're like clowns or whatever, and then they're like,
that's a Clockwork Orange?
Yeah, Clockwork Orange. Yeah.
That's a good movie.
I didn't enjoy it, but then I fell asleep for probably an hour in the middle.
No, that's why. Yeah.
But it didn't do much for me. It just seemed bizarre.
It is a bizarre movie.
You swore by it though.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
I like it because in the end, that guy encounters him, but then the guy who he robbed initially a while ago is now in a place of power. And he's like, I know just what to do with this lad.
See, yeah, the way you describe it. I mean,
Yeah.
I was all I was looking at is it just, you know, to me it just seemed like a weird movie. But how did you know that's what we were talking about just by what I said?
Oh, because I love movies.
Oh, you
Because,
do?
and
Like,
that is the one. And
that's
they hold
Yeah.
him and they beat him up.
That was the one that stuck out to me is like they were holding that dude and just like beating the shit out of him, and it made me feel bad. It did. Like I don't like to see people like get the shit kicked out of them.
What about Googie?
I said people, not ugly.
What about your rooster?
Not ugly ass dog. Yeah. Fuck.
Did you make a bone stock out of it?
No, he's frozen.
Really?
Oh no, actually, I gave him to my dad. I gave him to my
The
dad.
old roost.
The old rooster.
The
But
old
it's so
cock.
much. It's so much quieter here now. Like seriously, like you don't even realize like those motherfuckers. Like everyone thinks like, oh, they cockle doodle doo at sunrise. And like no, dude.
They cock a
These-
doodle do all damn day.
all fucking day. They never shut up, dude. And they taste like shit. I mean, I'm debating to ever get another one again because they're just too.
There's no
much.
point.
I mean, there is a point. They're fucking the hens, and you could procreate. But other than that, not much. They taste like shit, and they're annoying as hell, and they're kind of assholes too.
Yeah.
You know what
They
I
have
mean?
a bad temperament.
Yeah, they're not cool to be around either. Like, you walk back there, and they're acting like you're stepping onto their turf, you know, which might seem kind of.
This is your house.
No,
first
that's my
of all.
fucking house. and there is something to be said about that. That shit pisses me off. Like I'm walking in the backyard. I feed you, you motherfucker. I feed you. I fill up your water, and you're acting like I'm invading your shit. I mean, that pisses me off. And I mean, it probably shouldn't, but it does. And
This sounds some like South Park stuff. You're like that cock through cock magic at me. Through cock magic at me.
I do, but they're not cheap. You know what I mean? Like, you have the food, you know, you have these motherfuckers are always getting sick, dude. Like, they're always getting ticks or mites or some shit. You got to buy the correct medicine, and you got to fix
Really,
them
the
up.
chickens?
Oh yeah, all the time. It's crazy. I think it's because they're animals of prey. They're not like once you have a chicken that's 5 or 6 years old, nature's like, yeah, this dude's not supposed to be this old. He should have died years ago.
Yeah, they want to eat it. And once
Yeah.
they get-
It's
nature's
just
gonna
you
wanna
just
eat
tell
it.
like your dog like if you have a dog and it dies, it's like something has to kill that dog. Like, oh, that dog got hit by a fucking car, or that dog got cancer. Not chickens, dude. Chickens, they just die. Like you'll go out there one day and it's like, oh hey, that chicken's just dead. Like why? It's like why did he die? It's like I don't know. He just stopped breathing.
It just stopped working.
Dude, it's weird. Like because I think. It's
Well,
just,
think about it. What chickens do last a while? Like broiler chickens, how
Oh,
many days
no,
do you grow
no.
a broiler?
No,
Like
I'm-
exactly like 5-6 years tops.
Yeah, I mean, a chicken stops laying at probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 years old. And as they get older, they slow down. You know, it's just not profitable anymore.
Because at that point, you just have like ornamental chickens.
For sure, yeah, for sure. And there is something to be said about that because they are cool to have, you know, even if they're not laying.
Yeah, like especially
Um,
the ones you have, they're like really nice looking chickens.
Yeah, they are. They're cool. They're cool. And without a rooster, they're quiet. When you have a rooster out there, dude, everything. Like, you go out there and you close the back door, it hears the back door close, like, rock, 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 rock. Hens are real quiet. They're a lot cooler. But I don't know, man. Going back to what you're saying, what we were talking about though, is just roosters are assholes. There's no other way to put it, Joel.
You're gonna have to put razor blades on them.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Show them.
Unless they're making you money.
that's true. I mean, is there anything? I mean, dog fighting is obviously brutal, but cockfighting, who really gives a fuck, right?
And I get it because really with chickens, they don't have much emotion.
Yeah, like I don't think they think
They're
about.
just robots, like bugs.
Look, I'm
Each in danger.
gonna say this, and this is the truth. When we butcher these fucking roosters, like we'll have roosters or chickens or whatever, and they'll all be friends. The second we slaughter, we butcher one of them, I'm not kidding. Within the minute, they're eating the fucking head and eating the body of that other. They're drinking the blood. They don't give a fuck. As soon as that rooster is not living anymore, that's just food laying on the ground.
Wow.
It's crazy.
It doesn't. They don't process. Oh, this is one of us.
No, dude. It's insanity. It's insanity how quickly it happens. Because the way we do it is we flip that thing upside down and we just slice the head off, and then the head's just laying on the ground. Those chickens cannot wait. They're immediately up there pecking at that thing. Like, they can't even process that's that rooster.
That was their
hanging out with them. Yeah. No, it's nuts, man. Yeah, but to your point, no, dude, it's completely different. Like, you've seen those videos, I'm sure, of like the dogs who lose their owners, and it looks like the dog's crying.
Yeah.
Or it looks like the dog is like, oh, this dog waited 44 years for its owner to come home from Vietnam. It's like, that shit doesn't happen with roosters, dude.
They just get cock busted.
They don't give a fuck, dude. They come out like, oh, this is the dude that feeds me. This is danger, and then
Must be food.
this is food. Yeah, exactly.
Michael, what do you think Ice and I do at the jug? What do you've been an outside observer?
When you say the jug, you're talking about what?
Just the world, this
Just
weird,
the world we
shit,
created, like
this world
like
that
you
we're
just started
creating.
following the page, like the page has been around for a while.
Like, what do I think when you guys are hanging out at the house together?
No, just what do you think we do? Like, where do you think our money's coming from? Where do you think it's going? How do you perceive it?
I think I think you guys are probably pretty. I mean, you guys seem pretty hedonistic. You guys seem like, on a day-to-day basis, you're kind of looking for something that's going to satisfy you guys. And and if that means swinging around some heavy weighted club, or shaking a rope, or wearing some barefoot shoes, or drinking a cup of coffee, or picking fruit off a tree. I don't know. It seems like that's what you guys are going to do.
We're definitely picking fruits.
Yeah. By the way, are those loquats ripe?
Yeah, they're ready. You can
I think
come
I might come over
get
and
some.
grab some.
I saw you had some.
Yeah, I have some right here, but they're not very sweet.
From where? Where'd you get them from?
The neighbor. The neighbor has like a little stand that I can go grab them from.
Why do you think they're in the stand? Because they're not good.
Oh, no. probably. I mean, it's probably just the extras, but there wouldn't be extras if. Isaac, those are baby photos.
Like, Michael, this is why I love coming over, Michael.
Oh, look, it's Pepper and Ming Ming.
No, that's actually Annie Mae and Elsa.
The picture of the chickies and the watermelon.
One of those, dude, to my point, what I was saying, they just dropped dead. That brown one, dude, I went out there one day and that thing was just it was just standing there. And usually when they see me, they run. This one wasn't running. And I picked it up and then I was like, what's going on? So I threw it back on the ground and the thing just hit the ground, right? And it was like sick. It was like sick. Like it didn't have any balance to it. And I was like, what the heck is it? What's going on? Brought it inside, tried to give it water. It choked on the water and it died.
Oh
Dude, it was that fast. It was like within one day. And then it's like,
deteriorated.
you're thinking like, what happened? Did it eat rat poison? Did it have hepatitis?
Did I not love it enough?
I don't know what happened, but really, at the end of the day, what happened? Who the fuck knows? I'm not going to take it to what is the person called that does the autopsies?
The
I'm not
I'm not going to take it to a coroner.
This chicken was gut busted.
Somebody used black cock magic.
Yeah. It's sad though, man. You get attached to these animals.
Hey, so look, Michael, let's just say there's a certain nature of a certain species, that when we talk about it, like I said, I'm just saying this is generalization. When I hear someone at 20 saying, I just bought a cat, and someone at 30 having the same conversation, I think, aren't you supposed to be the grown-up and you're doing the same thing? Don't you know what's going to happen? You were 20 when you did this, but at 30, clearly you need to make the same mistake.
So when we bought a cap?
A cat.
Because
because they were so lonely that they needed an animal, and at 20 they did what they did at 30.
Oh, you're talking about Garrett Stivers.
No, there's another group of people that
Isaac, what's wrong with buying a cat sometimes?
Are you all? Wait, who are you talking? You talking about Vietnamese people?
Let's just say for the jug world, let's just say it's a person who maybe
like Michael, what do you buy? Popsicles and black licorice?
Let's just
Maybe some people get a cat every 6 years.
maybe they get a cat every 6 years because maybe they can't sustain a relationship in their life of some sort.
Who the fuck are you talking about, Isaac?
You know what's funny, Joel? Like, look, we'll
But
talk.
Michael, you're so far away from bullshit that like you I like the fact you don't understand that reference. It means you've just been like you don't like it to associate with like people and.
Wait, is this a famous person or
This is
someone
just-
that you know personally?
Yeah. Well, we'll
Off the record, this is just people like in general.
Oh.
off the record. Because every time I have to hear a conversation, I'm lonely, and then you need a dog, and I'm like, well, at 15 you had a dog too, you know. You already know the end result. It's like I'm not gonna watch Avengers 10 times. I only need to watch it once.
Like Michael, you got a dog, but you got it because you actually needed it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that dog.
Yeah, exactly. But look,
But remember where you were in your life at that time?
Talking about Googie?
Googie.
Oh yeah. I was
Like
lonely.
you wouldn't get another Googie.
Oh dude, fuck no.
Exactly. Like you know. Like why don't you get a Googie now? Like you have a house now. Like you don't live in the snow.
Well, yeah, I mean they get to a certain point where they're just like a liability. I mean, all he does, dude, I'm not kidding you, all he does is whine and shit in the house. That's all he does. He
You're working your
whines.
ass off.
He whines, you let him in, and then he shits. And it's like, fuck, dude, like, you've been outside for the past 13 hours. But as soon as I think it's because he gets excited. He comes in, he's excited, and then he just shits.
Pooped a little.
Yeah, but no, it's annoying, man, because the other dog never does that shit.
Yeah. She's young.
Yeah, she's young. She got young bowels.
ooh,
But exactly, we would never do that. I would never want to go through that again. The dog.
With the schnauzers?
Yeah, no. Hell no.
no way. Yeah,
I'd rather break my own heart than
Dude,
have a dog break my heart.
Do your parents like the schnauzers?
Oh, they love
yeah.
them.
Our parents have lived the same life cycle. Like you got to think, our uncle made a good point about this. Our parents have had lots of pets, but they die so
They
young.
always seem to just drop dead too.
They seem to drop dead so quickly.
Wait. You guys have an uncle you never told me about?
We have like.
That'll be another pod. That will actually be. We'll talk about that in another episode,
We
Michael.
got like 15 uncles.
yeah.
On your dad's side, I assume?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
One more thing about Jug stuff, Michael. Well, like I said, talking about shit that's in plain sight about what stuff we're working on. The Jug World is just pretty much, and you know how Seinfeld created. Essentially, he's making money because he created his world. So he has a sitcom, his comedy, writing, all of it. His business is that he made his world into entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, oh, that's his business. He made his world essentially. And it's like, oh, we are finally found out how to make our world happen in the same value, but in a different manner.
Here you go. Here's a little glimpse into our world, Michael. Look at it.
Where was this?
At the club.
Oh,
What picture you showing?
It's one with a fireplace. What's wrong with Isaac, dude? Looks like he was doing CDMC.
Hey, don't be swiping. Dude, you look beautiful in this picture.
I don't want to look at me.
Do you take care of your complexion? What's your routine?
But I think, yeah, we'll end the episode here.